Alright guys, welcome back. Turn 28. Okay, just a bit of summary from last turn. If you haven't seen it, turn 27, you might want to go back and watch it because we took a loss, basically. We brought our basically our strike force up with our hero. Our hero had she had infiltration squads, so we kind of put together a single stack strike force looking to hit his goblin city here. But we were a little too hasty when we moved up, and we we really forgot about the fact that he could have produced a goblin army out of here, and that's exactly what he did. And then he had taken the shrine here, shrine to the guardian angel, so he had that nice regrowth buff standing right here. Basically, we moved a little too quickly. The goblin units were stealth. We should know this, guys. Like, I'm playing a goblin. So it's very dumb of me to not have seen this coming. Anyways, it was too late, and so we did what we could. Actually, maybe I can pull it up here. Here's the battle, right? So at the very least, we did force a fight and managed to do a lot of damage. But of course, it's just not worth it for us in the end. We lost our hero, level 4 hero, our elite gold medal pike, and this halfling eagle rider. Not good. So this turn, let's start with the easy stuff, right? Let's do this drone. Where do we want to take this drone? We come up the river here. What's going on back in here? This is that Tigrin, he's absorbed this. You know, he absorbed this quite some time ago. These haven't been cleared, so that's kind of good for us, I guess. We really don't know. Do I want to come up the long way, or do we try to, like, maybe head back through here? Or head around this way? Maybe try to hit his city? Let's do this first, I guess. We'll just... Our vision range is so low. Now this is something. That is a Naga dwelling, and they're hostile, so they're at war with us. Just avoid that. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we should have tried to cross through. I don't think they can. Yeah, we could have maybe hit the lava here, and they're not going to be able to cross into lava, I think. But it's too late. Let's hit the water here and then just, like, stay safe. But yeah, the drone does not have night vision, so our vision radius is very low. Now, something I mentioned last turn, which is a danger, right? I took notice of this towards the end of the turn, right? There was, in fact, a mana stash right here, or maybe it was right here. Here or here. And it was taken. It was taken, not by us. And I'm assuming it must have been that crow. Remember, if you go back maybe like 2, 3, 4 turns, he got a crow through here, and then he was sitting here, and then he went off this way, and we didn't know where he went. I'm very, like, very certain that it came through here. See this river? He must have followed the river down here. Now, I thought about it a little bit, and if I was him, I would not be risking sitting in the domain here, right? You don't want to stand with your crow on land, because if this town is hostile towards him, or if they get upset that he's trespassing, they could attack his crow and kill him. He doesn't want to be losing that scout that he has way back here behind enemy lines. So if I was him, I would have hit the water here and just sat, then pick up the mana. If you do that, if you follow that movement, he should have been sitting right here, or no, here. That's how I would have moved if I were him. So at the end of last turn, he should have been here. And then he moved again. So I'm actually really certain that he could be right here. I would not be surprised if his crow is sitting right here outside of our vision radius. What that means is we need to come back and defend this. We need to make sure, right? I could be wrong, of course, but I don't think I'm wrong on this, guys. So the question is, who do we move? Let's do this real quick. We want to settle here. Now, we also have to worry about that, too, right? Even if we come back and defend this, there's no telling what his crow might do. He'll probably come up and test. If he sees it's defended, he might just go down here. And now we got to cover this. And this is great news too, right? Look, these scoundrels have ignored us. That's great. We did put 50 gold down last turn just to try to get some defenders out, and it looks like it might go through. We need to build up our defenders here. Let's do this first. Where do we want to drop this? Here? 1, 2. That really is the best place, right? I'm thinking keep it as far this way as possible. We might even want to settle here at some point. But the thing is, guys, the game is going late, right? You guys might be in for a treat this game because it's a very back and forth game. We've both kind of made blunders and things are dragging out here. We might actually see quite a late game here with machines and shadow stalkers. We might want to talk about that. Let's drop it here. I think that's the right call. We're going to really boost our knowledge here. We might want to go into... what do we want to go into here? Probably this. Probably want to like... Oh, then there's this too. We've lost a couple heroes, right? We could resurrect our heroes. Let's come back to that. Pretty sure we'll drop this guy in the city. Like, this guy's pretty useless. He's not somebody we want up here. The other thing is, we don't know where he went from here. I mean, it's quite likely he just turned back and headed back to his city. But if he pressed up here, we might be able to make a pick. How do we want to do that? I think we drop these guys here because they're so they're not the strongest units there. I want to use them just to defend. But what kind of spells does he have? No, he has the Fire Master. Right. What that means is, I mean, of course he has Rain of Poison Blades, right? He is a rogue, so he has that basic combat spell most likely, but he also has this, the Fireball. These spells, you have to watch out. If he does have this, it can really turn the tide of the battle, right? Even if we're sitting behind a wall here. If his leader casts the Fireball, he can take our defenders out. Let's this is researched. I'm thinking, who do I want to send up the road here? This is a bit of a pickle, guys. You know, part of me is also regretting from last turn having not... Maybe I shouldn't have been so hasty to come up here and defend, right? I was talking about last turn how maybe we should have just put minimal defenders here and then try to get this thing back. Try to get this back and boost our economy, right? This town of Zwabi here, this is a big gold producer. It has the city itself has no upgrades. It's just producing a ton of gold, like 200 gold per turn. It's still very cheap to reclaim this, which I think we're going to want to do. at some point. Let's do this. We'll bring, well, it's such a hard choice, right? I may want to even bring this guy back, although it does seem, because this is just hanging, right? Now I guess we could, when this Tigran comes out, when this cheetah is produced, if it gets produced, right? They could take before then, but we could send them down here, the cheetah and civic guard, and defend this in case that crow comes through here. That crow is going to be quite annoying, for sure. What are the odds that he has a large army here, like, waiting for me? I don't... It's possible, but I don't really see it. But it is possible. These hasteberries, don't these seem very slow to respond? I feel like... I'm not sure on that. I feel like they're taking a little too long. We could send Nyla up to scout and then bring her back. I think we have to start here. Actually, what about this guy? No, because he's just hanging. If we bring him up and it's too dangerous, then he's just hanging. Nyla at least can come back here, and then we can make a stand here. It really sucks, guys. Like, I kind of wish I had a better, some kind of expendable scout. Because it is possible that we need to be very careful here. It's possible he has an army. I know he had a lot of, in the early game, like 10, 15 turns ago, he had a lot of like lower level units out here. He could have been bringing them up, or down rather, during that time. Let's do this. Everything's kind of hanging on here. How much we need to leave here? Fire protection from the engineers, you know. I wonder if we should attempt this. Maybe take this before he gets a chance to take it. It's just sitting here between our empires, right? Oh, look at that. Looks like we're gonna make a pick here, guys. Oh, look at this too. The hell? He's got a crow up here. Wow, okay, how do we want to do this? Now, like, if we want to take the crow out, it's quite annoying, right? Because we got to think this through. It's sitting on a mountaintop, so that's a 14 movement cost. Big movement cost. Like, if Nyla takes here, she's just she's out of commission. The only people who can really take 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 12, and then 16. Yeah, it's right. It's not enough. It's 30. The only people who can hit that crow are our heroes. So our leader or Nyla. And we have to decide to do it now, right? Because if we move up further, we can't do it anymore. Is it even worth it? I mean, in some sense, maybe not, right? We can even, if we don't want that crow, here's something, guys. Because really, it's not so important that we kill the crow. We just don't want the crow coming down here and getting in the behind enemy lines, or taking this, or hiding back over here. That's the last thing we want. We can just stand on the cave, maybe. If we stand right here on this hex, it can't come down the cave. It has to fight us to get through, which of course it won't do, because it's just a crow. Let's bring killing the crow. How worth it is that? And who do we want to kill it? You know what? Let's not do that, and definitely not. Actually, if anyone needs to kill it, it's Nyla. My only fear is somehow if the fight goes bad. Like if you've watched my other games, like I'm thinking the number 25, 1v1 number 25 versus Ricky Roo. I've lost heroes before, guys, fighting like a tier 1 unit, but then the fireball comes in, maybe a couple fireballs, and you're done. Your hero gets wiped out. You really got to be careful. I'm very tempted to take this crow, but I think it would be unwise. Well, then again, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21. We could just, like, this engineer can't make it. We could drop the engineer here, and then the engineer joins the fight. Then we win it, no problem. That's true. That is true. Here's what we're going to do. Bring the leader up. Bring the leader out. It's just the one guy. Do you think he brought his hero down at all? Probably not, right? Probably not. Oh, how do we want to do this? If the crow sneaks around, we can always, like, come out this way and check, I guess. So let's bring this guy here. Bring him here. We might want a third person as well. Just to be on the safe side. We don't want to be losing this right now. And like I said, don't F around with this. It seems like an easy win, and it could be, but the last thing you want is those fireballs coming in, and then you lose your leader, you know? You gotta watch out. We also really don't want the AI to be casting spells for us. I need this to come through in time to start buffing our musketeers. Do I really send these guys up and sitting out in the open? I don't like that. I don't like committing to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get back to here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, not even that. No, they're gonna be stuck. It sucks to. I'm so tempted to take the crow, but my leader and hero are going to be disjointed, and that's the last thing we want if we get attacked together. Like if he sends something down here. This guy's gonna level up. Maybe I should just take him. Send him up. Maybe he levels up off of this. That's a 10 HP gain. I mean, that's great, right? We want him to hit champion. This is easy XP, possibly. But he is just hanging. We're all hanging out here. We have no vision. We have no scout. One, two, three, four. The best we can move back to is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then put Nyla here. If we move together, I mean. And then now we're camping here. Isn't that safer? 7, 8, 9. Well, then again, our goblins will benefit from this wetland hex if we were to stand right here. That's kind of cool, right? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the XP from this. Actually, shouldn't I? Here's how we should do it. We can maybe level this thing up. Seriously, right? Put it in the. Well, no, that's only if we move Nyla onto the mountain. And now she's stuck. No, wait, we can move back to the cave and then come back down. So we'll be here. But it's not good enough. Like, the Swarm Darter at best can move back to here. So we're disjointed. So if he sends something down, then we're dead. We're dead. Very tricky. Very tricky. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. We need to my whole beef here is we need to cover the cave entrance. Or wait, no, that's not the problem. The problem is we're disjointed. The crow will be dead, but we're disjointed. Just let the crow be, right? We're going to be well defended here anyways. Who cares if, even if eventually he gets the crow down here, who cares, right? We have musketeers. Like, he can't do anything. I should stop trying to be greedy about this, the crow. Forget the crow. So in that case, and then forget the XP. Although that is a nice idea. That's a real nice idea. But it doesn't play out. So, and it doesn't make sense to send the goblin up here either. We don't want to be. We need to cover the cave entrance, remember? So we need to be grouping here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can group here horizontally and then cover the cave at the same time. So what we're going to do is bring Nyla up. We'll take this with Nyla and our leader. And then we'll move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can group here horizontally and then cover the cave at the same time. So what we're going to do is bring Nyla up. We'll take this with Nyla and our leader. And then we'll move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can group here horizontally and then cover the cave at the same time. So what we're going to do is bring Nyla up. We'll take this with Nyla and our leader. And then we'll move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our leader moves here. 4 and... Yeah. So our leader moves here, right? Yeah. Do we want any points? No. We're fine. Okay, let's take a look. We can take a look at his casting points, his mana situation. Okay, not much mana, but he's got the 40 CP. Okay. Still not seeing anything. Do we try to be risky and like go up, or do we just pull back all the way and be a little safer? Actually, yeah, no, it's a no-brainer to pull back. We're not going to catch him here. But we could make a rush. But I think I mentioned this before. Our army here is not really geared for sieging. We're not going to have such a great time taking that out. Especially if he has more defenders, which he certainly can't, right? He certainly could have been producing more during this time. Let's pull back. We'll keep the crow from entering, right? So pull our leader here. Pull this guy up. Do we even bother putting Nyla there? Maybe we want Nyla up here. These guys come up. How at risk are we here? Not at risk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course not. We're okay. This is fine. We can leave this unattended. Don't we want to send somebody back here? Do I really send an engineer? Or do I leave the swarm darter at home? Probably not. Now this guy... Do I leave this guy at home? At the very least, he has wall climbing. So if I actually want him up here, potentially. These have some nice ranged attack. I don't know if I'm really going to do this. You know, I'm thinking we can, maybe. Well, why risk it, right? We might lose somebody. Might maybe just wait for some musketeers, and then we take it. Maybe it even serves as bait, you know. Do you think he'll come up here and try to take it himself? We can sit here and then come out. Do I put Nyla back here? Yeah, why not? The crow, the only thing I'm thinking about now, like the only concern is the crow is going to get information, right? The crow does not have to fight me, but when he enters the cave, he's going to see what I have right here. He's going to see that all my engineers are sitting here. Well, you know what? It's not really a big deal. He's got the crow back here. He knows what's going on back here. The swarm darter hits really hard, but he can also get taken out in a couple hits here. Whoa, wait a minute. They have huge blight protection and fire protection. This would be a huge mistake. This would be a huge mistake, I think. Yeah, let's not do that. So in that case, send an engineer back here. It should be enough. He can cast 2 fireballs, though. Ah, shit. He can cast 2 fireballs in this battle. Now he is getting information. I don't like that. Shouldn't I move these guys? Just leave Nyla there? Well, no. No, because the thing is, here's kind of a tip, guys. The cave battles, right? The cave entrance battles. There's no adjacent hex rule being applied. Like, if he attacks through the cave, it's not like this neighboring stack joins the fight. It's literally a 1v1 stack. It's like one stack, the surface stack versus the underground stack. There's no other stacks being brought in. So if I just leave Nyla here, we could have that fireball scenario play out where she gets hit with a couple fireballs and then ends up dying, potentially. Maybe not, right? Because it is just a crow. The times when I've lost heroes, it's been versus like a ranged unit. So I'm getting hit with range, and then I get pelted with fireballs. Crow doesn't have range. I'm thinking maybe what we do is... bring these guys up. Just for information denial, right? I don't want him to know. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with this, right? Like, the reason being, if for whatever reason we do get attacked, these engineers get their blunderbuss off right away, and then it's on cooldown. So that's kind of efficient. Not to mention they're getting a morale boost from our Dreadnought, right? And then just keep the darter in the back. The darter is better off in the back anyways. Keep him in the back line here. Okay. Okay, so that's that. We did all that. That's that. Research. We got to make a decision on research. Resurrect hero. I mean, we could go for this, right? Dragon oil. Friendly city. Now, this is only going to apply here, right? This is just a fort, a fortress. So there's no such... That spell does not exist for us there. So that's kind of pointless. This is kind of pointless. Like, why do I need to be rushing that? We're okay on that. So it looks like, to me, it's either going to be this, go down our class units here. So the Golem next. Get into cannons, and maybe this is a good time to just briefly talk about this, because the game is going later, guys. It's turn 28. We may see, like, fireworks here in the late game, some real intense stuff. I was thinking about this, and since we are facing a rogue, right? We're facing a dwarf rogue. We're going to have to watch out for the Shadow Stalkers, right? The Shadow Stalkers have very strong tier 3, but they're more like a tier 3.5. They're the rogues' top tier class unit, right? They have a 60 if not higher, physical resistance. We're a dreadnought, so we're doing a lot of physical damage. Our musketeers are doing physical damage. Our cannons are doing physical damage. The way we beat them, I think, is, you know, the fire damage. The fire damage, any kind of magical damage that they're... Now, they are resistant to blight, so that's actually also doubly bad for us, because we are playing a goblin. We're a Goblin Dreadnought. They're resistant to blight, I believe maybe frost, and physical. But the fire's going to hit through. We might want to be getting flame tanks out. We might want to be getting into the flame tanks as soon as possible. Flame throwing, right? An AoE fire splash attack. The other cool thing is, in this game, I did go for the Greyguard Master. We have Mastery. So what that means is we have the Chthonic Guardian in the late game. A summon. This could come in handy too. This is a nice big summon that can kind of boost our forces, or boost our morale and all that, and kind of stand up to the Shadow Stalkers. But maybe it's wiser to try to get through this. Get this sooner. 8 turns, so we have this coming out in 2, then this takes 4. I mean, we could totally do that, right? We can totally do that. We'll get this out, then we'll start getting this going when this is done. And then there's a 2-turn gap, and then we get Resurrect Hero in. You know, like, you think about it. Even if we go through with the Golems right now, we still have to produce the Golem. Well, how much is a Golem? How much is this thing? Production. 100. 100. We don't have it. But we're very close. And we're actually going to grow here in 8 turns. We'll have 95. Actually, maybe a little higher. Minus 25. What's our... Lost the city. So when that goes away, by the way, we have a lost the city penalty, so that's going to disappear here in 5 turns. No, it's still not enough. Ha! It's still not enough, guys. We're going to have to wait to grow into a metropolis, and then we boost our production further. So we have to wait 8 turns. Well, that's the same as this, right? Maybe the Resurrect is better, right? If we do decide to move down here or something. What that means is we can resurrect our hero right here, I think. Or am I wrong about that? I'm trying to remember. I haven't done this very often. I think I've only resurrected a hero 1 time, believe it or not, since I've been running this channel. Did I get to choose where I resurrected him? I think so, but I could be wrong. I think you must get to decide where you resurrect your hero. What that means is if we're up here and then capture here, we can actually re-summon our hero right here with us, rather than having to like produce golems and all this to get them up. I think it just makes sense, guys, right? It just makes sense. The golem is really only there to help us take this. Now that could be helpful, but the hero, I think, the hero has more applications, right? The hero can help us defend if by some miracle we take this before then. The hero can also help us reclaim this. Like, we can do more, I think. So we'll do that. Sorry, guys, very long-winded, but I'm trying to weigh it all out, you know? Now our builder, we need to just finish this. Where do we move the builder? Where the hell do I move this thing? We probably just leave him here. Why do I want to send it down here? We already have a road, lots of roads this way. Yeah. The use for this builder is to, like, go on the surface, maybe. Get a road out to here. Maybe build a fort here. Stuff like that. We'll just keep the fort at home. Or the builder at home. Okay. Oh, this guy. Right. I think we just wait right here. Continue waiting. And hopefully this cheetah comes out. Okay, guys. A bit of a long turn again. But I think we've covered everything. And I will catch you in the next turn.